Well, thank you for this extraordinary opportunity and for the kind introduction. I particularly want to extend a warm welcome to our international delegates who have traveled a long way to be here. Now, I've got to tell you, when I was first invited, I wasn't sure I was going to make it. I don't know how close you follow American politics, but thanks to 8 Republicans and every single Democrat, I have a little more time on my hands right now. Now, I didn't just come to stay here because I even had a little more time. I went to Oxford the other night, the Oxford Union, for a debate. Now, I'm proud to report our team won a debate in favor of the United States. I'm told it's a first in Oxford to ever happen. So I guess I'm a pretty good speaker sometimes. Now, I know that no confidence votes are a familiar sight in Britain. Margaret Thatcher, the Iron Lady, was ousted by her party in November 1990, despite her strong conservative record and undeniable success in turning back the welfare state. Even Winston Churchill was ousted as prime minister, and he had just won World War II and literally saved the free world. So I have one question. You booted Margaret Thatcher. You fired Winston Churchill. What is wrong with you people? Now, I'm here today for one reason. Freedom matters. To defend freedom, to promote liberty, to celebrate personal responsibility, and to fight for a better tomorrow. These are fundamental conservative goals. It means protecting and preserving our way of life. And especially in the West, it means an ironclad commitment to equality under the law, genuine opportunity for every individual in every community, and respect for the hardworking family. These values have been, are, and will always be the foundation of our decency, our civility, and our prosperity. And as someone who has worked in Washington for 2 decades, I can tell you this with clarity and conviction. Government isn't the answer. Government is the problem. Over the last 100 years, those who came before us and those sitting in this room right now have made tremendous sacrifices to preserve and protect these values. But too many in the West who enjoy the fruits of our civilization are disconnected from the principles and priorities that sustain it. The growth of big government and the threats to our freedom and unity are numerous, and they are growing every day. We live in a time of false idols, the divisive nature of identity politics and socialism, the destruction impact of cancel culture and censorship. We've all seen the damaging narrative that flows from the dismal, destructive picture. Individuals no longer believe in personal responsibility because they are taught they are just hapless victims of an unjust society. Families are oppressive because they promote moral standards and ethical behavior and sacrifice. Safety and security are luxuries of the privileged rather than a necessity and necessary condition of human existence. Too many have lost faith in ourselves, our history, our values, our culture, and each other. We become weak in the face of authoritarians who despise our freedoms, resent our success, and want to undermine and destroy our institutions. Therefore, it once again falls to conservatives to renew and rebuild our belief in our people and the values upon which excellence, prosperity, and greatness were built and sustained. Growing up in Bakersfield, California in the 70s and 80s, the son of a firefighter, the grandson of a cattle rancher, I remember these challenges all too well. I remember the gas lines, the double-digit inflation, Iranians taking Americans hostages. I remember Jimmy Carter telling me to put a sweater on, that the best days were behind us. But I also remember hearing Ronald Reagan declare, "No pastels, fly the bold colors, and go to the shiny city on the hill." And I saw Margaret Thatcher, Reagan's friend and partner, who led her own conservative revival, restore Britain from the sick man of Europe to a global leader in trade, diplomacy, and military strength. And neither afraid to speak truth to power, to display their faith and partner with John Paul II, who ignited a passion for freedom even in his native Poland. It was a contrast between the defeated spirit of the left and the happy warriors of the right that made me a Republican. Yet instead of Western society united, celebrating their victory over communism, a coercive culture of victimhood has torn us apart. To see the consequences no further than the throngs of people in America and Europe's cities who, in the name of fighting oppression, are literally celebrating Hamas's horrors in Israel. And externally, while the Soviet Union may be gone, a new axis of evil, Communist China, Putin's Russia, Iran, and North Korea, is looking to exploit our divisions. Their means may differ: illegal invasions, economic coercion, terrorism, threats of nuclear war. But they are all aimed at undermining the security and prosperity of the free world. I know many of you are as worried as I am about these challenges. They are serious. But my message is simple. We can and must overcome them, because that's who we are, and that's what we do. It's up to us to write a better story of abundance and opportunity, not scarcity and decline. Now, we have been here before. Conservatives of the free world must follow the example of Reagan and Thatcher and join together to restore peace and freedom once again. That's why we need ARC. It won't be easy. But as those great leaders understood, surrender is not an option. And there is no alternative to the Western civilization. Only our conservative tradition, you could applaud that, that's all right. Only our conservative tradition speaks to humanity's internal wants, needs, and dreams. With tyranny, there is no peace, and there is no stability. Only freedom can enable opportunity and prosperity. Across the globe, that means we stand up to Communist China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, and Hamas. And at home, we restore responsible government, limit the intervention into people's personal lives, and get inflationary spending under control. For if we bankrupt our nations, we have nothing to leave our children. It also means that we must promote personal responsibility and policies that allow families to thrive. Perhaps most importantly, it means we must be united in breaking the mindset of victimhood. Instead of connecting people through pain, our mission is to connect people through possibilities and shared dreams for a brighter future. We can only achieve this if we recommit to the principles that have sustained our strength, our prosperity, and our way of life. Ronald Reagan knew this well. Addressing the British Parliament 41 years ago, he spoke about the threat posed by the Soviet Union. He noted that while our military strength is essential to securing peace, he emphasized, and I quote, "The ultimate determinant in the struggle that now is going on in the world will not be bombs and rockets, but a test of wills and ideas, a trial of spiritual resolve, the values we hold, the beliefs we cherish, the ideals to which we are dedicated. He noted that for too long the Western world has been too shy about proclaiming the exceptional, extraordinary principles of liberty, representative government, and the rule of law under God that had made so many countries so prosperous for so long. Reagan warned us that in the face of evil, the time for shyness was over, telling the Parliament, let us go to our strength. Let us offer hope. Let us tell the world that a new age is not only possible, but probable. Now it is on us to take up this calling. Decline is not inevitable. ARC offers a compelling, hope-filled vision for the future. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is watching. Let us give them, the world, what they want, what they need, and what they deserve. Thank you, and God bless.